Okay, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you're watching from. Good for me, it's morning, so good morning everyone. My name is Ikra, and this is the first episode of What in the Web3 Do I Do? Before I begin with the show, let me just double check with the volume. Hope I'm audible. Let me know where you're watching from. I don't even know if anyone's watching currently because it takes a little bit of time to update. But yeah, let me tell you a little bit about the show before we begin. So, this is basically season two, a rebranded version of What in the Tech Do I Do, a show that I did last year for GitHub Education Twitch channel. The show is still up, so if you are interested to watch that, go to their channel and watch that. But this year, I got interested in the Web3 blockchain space, so thought might rebrand the show and make it Web3 related and call in a new guest each week or each episode, interview them about their tech journey, their Web3 journey, learn more about how they got into the space, what are they currently doing, how they learned Web3 technologies, and all of that. I say every episode because I'm not too sure if I'll do this show every week or every other week. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, today we have a guest, our first guest for What in the Web3 Do I Do backstage. So I'm going to call him any moment now. And we'll begin the show basically. Another thing that I'm testing out with this season is that I'm streaming on both platforms, Twitch and YouTube. So that's exciting. Hope that's not breaking up and like working properly. But we'll see. Once the show ends, I'll go rewatch it and see what's like. Yeah. So that's all. Let me know if you're watching from YouTube or Twitch, if you're team Twitch or team YouTube. Also, let me know what time it is where you're watching from. For me, currently it's 8:30 a.m. And I woke up at 7 because I was really scared and nervous, and I was having nightmares about the show because I'm doing this after so long. But hope everything goes well, and I don't look too nervous, basically. Anyways, having said that, let's just call in our guest of today's episode, and then ask him more questions. So, for our very first guest for the show is Anoushk. A little bit about Anoushk before I call him in. So, Anoushk is the co-founder of Metapass, an NFT ticketing platform. He is a full stack developer that also likes to dabble between Solana and Solidity and is an active member of SuperteamDAO. Now, if you don't know what NFT is, what DAO is, what SuperteamDAO is, don't worry. That's exactly what the show is about, so that we ask our guest all of those stuff and more. So let's bring Anoushk on the stream. And please do put some applauding and clapping emojis in the chat to welcome him. So hi, anytime now. Hi, Anoushk. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing?
Hi. I'm doing well. Hope you can hear me.
I can hear you perfectly fine. Thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
Also, I knew that you had your exams going on. How did that go? Was it all good?
Yeah, it was all good. Kind of hectic, but it went well.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, so I have some questions prepared for you already, which I'm going to ask, and if there are any questions in the chat, I'll pick them up as and when they come. So my first question, actually, before I even begin with my questions, I do want to mention the NFT Metapass as the NFT platform and how you've set up the tickets for it. So, in case you haven't claimed your ticket already, you can go to Metapass. I'll share the link in the chat. Hey, we have Abrar here. Thanks for putting the applauding emojis. Really appreciate that, Abrar. And welcome to the stream. Yeah, so this is the link. If you go to this link, if you have already made a crypto wallet, you can connect your MetaMask or any other wallet, claim your NFT for this first episode of the show. I hope you like the NFT because a lot of work was put into the art. So yeah, just putting it out there, and again, thanking Anoushk for setting that up. And also giving you a little bit about the format of how the show goes before I ask my first question. So with the format, again, I'm going to start with asking you some questions that I'm curious to know about your tech journey. And then we'll play a hangman where the chat and I will guess the word that you gave for us to talk about related to the Web3 space so that we learn a new term. We'll talk more about what that is. Then I have some rapid fire questions for you. And then finally, we end the show with the game of the week. The game of the week keeps changing every week, so wait till the end to find out what that is. But yeah, any questions so far about the format or how the show is going to unfold?
No, it's like I've understood it.
Okay, that's great. So now I know this show is called "What in the Web3 Do I Do?" But before I even ask you about Web3 related questions, I do want to know a little bit about your tech journey so far. As to before you joined the Web3 space, were you always into tech, or how did your tech journey start? Could you enlighten us about that?
Yeah, I was always into tech. Like started out in like school and stuff, making different projects. Like science fair was like a big thing for me. And then we had like this incubation center in our school. So
Oh,
we would use stuff like Raspberry Pi and stuff like that to just like experiment with stuff, make robots and stuff like that. So that's
nice.
where
And
the
which grade, which class was this? Like, when was the first time?
I think this was like a sixth standard something. So it was really interesting. I used to like physics more before that, but then like the electronics and like software really got on with me.
Makes
So
sense.
like yeah, since then I've just been doing stuff with like uh, Arduino and those kind of boards, and then I just went into making like apps, websites. So like it was in the pandemic, like in 2020, in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's when I started like learning how to make an app. Uh, because I wanted like to make something that other people could download on their phone. So
Yeah.
I learned that it was really cool, and then like I took part in this one like coding challenge, and then I won like the third place there. So that really like gave me some confidence. So from there I was just like learning other things in like tech in web 2 until like I found web 3.
You mentioned that you liked physics before you totally devoted yourself into tech. So, how did that transition take place? Was there like a friend that got you into tech, or how did the switch from physics to computer science
uh,
happen?
uh no, like I like in school like we had science, so we were introduced to like physics and all the other science subjects. So like we also had like computers. So when it started to get like more advanced, I actually started to like it. So then I started to learn stuff on my own, and then build these projects. So it
Okay,
was mainly from my own curiosity. Yeah.
makes sense. And I guess playing with Raspberry Pi and Arduino is like a good blend between hardware and computer science, or physics and uh, tech. So that worked out
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, yeah, so we learned more about your journey till Web 2, and then you made your app. That's exciting. What's the first app that you made? Do you remember? Like what it was called? And
Uh, Yeah, so first, I joined this like Discord server where it was like a boot camp. So they would give you like coding challenges like every week or something, and then you had to present it on their YouTube live stream. So and then they
okay,
would like pick a winner and then like give them like some like a keyboard or something like that. So the first app I made, it was like terrible. It was like a loan calculator. So I didn't end up actually like finishing it because it was not working. So after that, like the next coding challenge, I they gave us like a challenge to build like an algorithm, and then use like like make an app to like visualize it and like make it easy to use. So like I built that, and like for that like I won third place in that. So that was like pretty motivating for me. Yeah.
nice, nice. Yeah, congrats on winning that like the second app you made, and you win a prize. So well done. And we've all been there where our first app is terrible, or it's either like a boring to-do list or a calculator or something along those lines. But it's important to just go with that to learn the basics, I guess. So Okay, thanks for sharing that. Coming to your Web3 journey, then, how did you get introduced to the Web3 space, and what made you, um, tran- I wouldn't say transition, but like just learn about Web3, and how did you first hear about it?
So, like initially, I had like in school. Actually, I had pitched my professor this idea of you because I had read about Bitcoin, and I had read about like their white paper and how it's like a peer-to-peer network. So I had pitched my professor like we should build a voting system on this. I think there's some companies building that right now, but like we should build this. So like that was initially where like the interest for like blockchain came, because like I thought, okay, like this is really cool, you can use it for like things like voting and stuff like that. So at that time it was I was trying to build my own blockchain, but like it was incredibly long complicated, like way above what I like my intelligence at that time or something like. So that didn't go like that well, but like I was still very interested in it. So like fast forward to maybe like 2021, where like they started to talk about Web3 on like Twitter. So that's when I saw like hey, you can actually like build these like smart contracts instead of building like your own blockchain,
Yeah.
and then still build like what kind of functionality you want, right? Like whether you want people to vote, whether you want people to have some like digital asset, like you can do that with like a simple like I guess 100 to 100 line uh, you know uh, code. So that's when it started. And then I started writing some smart contracts, like basic, like we started with hello world or something. So
Yeah.
like I
Was it on
started.
a remix, or did you actually download? Like, did you write it in your local ID? Which one did you use?
It was on Remix because so I used Open Zeppelin, uh,
Yeah.
and Open Zeppelin has like this button says open in Remix. So
Okay.
I just clicked that, and then I started like playing around with that, and it was super cool that I could deploy this without like much cost. Like I was using Polygon that time, so it was very cheap also.
Okay. Makes sense.
So yeah, it was like pretty cool. And then uh, like I had so I had taken part in like two hackathons before. One of them was like a Solana hackathon, and like I didn't do well in both of them. Like so, like my co-founder, like Daksh, he approached me saying like, "Hey, do you want to work in this hackathon? It's like a
Right.
Web3 hackathon." And I was like, "Okay, Web3. I really like how smart contracts work. So like maybe this hackathon it might be different." So like uh, because it was like Solidity, right? So uh, I tried it, and then like we managed to build it like really fast, and then like we submitted, and like we won. So that was like you
Which
know
project was that? Could you talk a little bit about what that project was that you built in that hackathon?
that project was Metapass.
Oh, okay, that's super cool. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I did not know that it came out as a hackathon project. Cool. I do wanted to go back a little bit to your story where you said you just came across the white paper for Bitcoin, but how did you come across it? Like through social media, or did someone send it to you? That's Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, I I think like that time like I wasn't really using Twitter, so it's probably like YouTube. So like maybe like initially I thought Bitcoin is like an actual coin that they
Yeah.
give you, and then I saw this one video where they were saying like, hey, like Bitcoin is not actually a coin, it's like this cryptographic thing, and then they mentioned like the Bitcoin white paper. So I like just quickly went through it and see, I just like looked at it, and like it said peer-to-peer network, so like it sounded really cool. So like that's how I went into that. I don't really read like white papers or anything, it's quite boring.
Right. Okay. And when you proposed it to your professor, what was his reply? Did he know about the blockchain space, or yeah, what was his reply basically?
No, he didn't know about blockchain space, uh, but like he's worked in like a lot of legacy systems and stuff like that. So he was like, it's basically a linked list with all of these rules, I don't know if
Okay,
you know what the
that's
link
one way to
is.
explain it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So like it's uh so he was like fascinated by it, but I was like asking him like we could make this a company, and then like make it like a thing, we sell it to the government and they use it for like the elections and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
it's pretty cool. But like yeah, like at the time it was quite complicated to build like a blockchain. That was that. But I think it was like really cool to see uh, like at that stage, the Bitcoin white paper and stuff, and like how far we've come from that in
makes
like
sense.
I guess 4 years or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. And it's great that we have so many blockchain layer one technologies already existing so that we don't really have to create one in order to build our applications on top. So it's nice that it's
Yeah,
evolving, and I guess it'll just get easier to
yeah,
create in
yeah.
the
It's
future.
and like we also have like Cosmos now, which is like it's like a blockchain toolkit to build your own blockchain, which is like insane. It's
Okay.
like they
I guess
made
like
making a blockchain like really easy. It's pretty cool.
interesting. It's called Cosmos. I didn't hear about
Yeah,
that. So
it's the Cosmos SDK. So
okay.
they have all the tools required to build your own blockchain, and any Cosmos blockchain that you build can talk with another Cosmos blockchain.
That's pretty cool. I guess your dream of making a blockchain can come true now. Did you experiment with that or not yet?
No, not yet, but maybe like sometime in the future. I was actually like asking the BuildSpace guys to do like like a project on
Yeah.
Cosmos. Yeah.
Cosmos. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. Definitely going to look more into that because just knowing how a blockchain is created, at least from an SDK perspective, seems interesting. But yeah, you mentioned Metapass being actually a hackathon project. So that was actually my question, and you answered that. So, other than Daksh, did you say your co founder?
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
there any other member in the team, or how big is the team? How did you
Yeah.
come up with that idea in that hackathon? Could you mention more about that?
So like right now we have two like part-time developers with us. We have one person who's helping us with like partnerships in the Solana ecosystem. And yeah, other than that, it's just like two of us. And how we came up with the idea, uh, I just saw this thing on Twitter. Like there was some guy. I'm not really sure about it, like who it was now, but I think it was some like VC who made this thing called Crypto School. And what they were doing was they were like selling like tickets on OpenSea, like passes, which are NFTs on OpenSea, for their school. And it was like really expensive, like 1.5 ETH or something at that time when ETH was expensive.
Wow.
So I was thinking like, oh, like this is really cool. So like if I wanna have my own school and like actually sell these passes for it, right? How do I do that? So like I need to learn some kind of Solidity, or like I need to learn some SDK or something. Like I'll have to go and use some tool. I'll have to build my own tickets, like hire a designer to do that. All of that stuff, right? I have to send like no, I have to send emails to everyone, all of that stuff. So I thought like, okay, like this is something that we can just build out, so people can do it like in like 2 minutes. So that's where the idea came from. And after that, like when we researched, we found like there's like not just one use case for this, right? There's like more use cases for this. Like there's like fake, you can stop fake ticketing. There's currently like a duopoly in ticketing. Like, which is like Ticketmaster and Eventbrite and those kind of platforms. So we can help counter that. And since like NFTs like are on the blockchain, they are like universally verifiable. So it's not like, hey, I have this ticket, and then someone else has another ticket, and like they're both the same, like counterfeits. So it's like you can't really do that. So it was really cool. It just like I guess the word is like it clicked in my mind. Uh, like this is like a perfect use case.
So, in the hackathon team itself? Was it Daksh and you, and then you sort of pitched the idea, and then you both sort of were like, yeah, that's a good idea to work with, and just carried on with
Yeah,
it? Or
yeah. Like I pitched the idea initially. Like we had an idea to do like marriages on chain. So
okay,
like you get
how
you
would
get
that
married
work?
on chain. Like it was just like you have a contract right when you get married. Like so
Okay,
just that on chain, and then you can like share it with your friends. Or your friends could attend your wedding on chain. Like it was something stupid like that. So you know when I got this idea, I thought like, okay, this is better than that. So, and then
makes
like
sense. But you never know.
yeah, we don't know
Maybe in
anything
the
about like
future.
weddings and
Oh,
stuff.
sorry. Oh, yeah, true. Makes sense. Yeah. And maybe some, like, we have shadi.com. So maybe somewhere in the future, we might have a marriage smart contract. That sounds interesting. Yeah, cool, cool. um, in terms of actually the first iteration and now how it is currently, can you like share more about what your MVP for Metapass was, and how you seem to like how do you evolve the product once you make it?
So MVP like are so normally hackathons are like very short, right? But this time it was like really long. It was like a month long. I guess with like online format, they wanted to make it longer. So,
Yep.
but like we were still like we had school and stuff, so we were like we're just going to finish this as fast as possible. So like we got like a designer from our Discord server, and we told him like, hey, we need a design. So like he handled the design part. He's like a really good designer, and he and like Daksh did like all of the smart contract stuff because he was like better than me at the time. I think he's still better than me, but and then I did some of the front end stuff, and then I did like the like backend API and stuff like that, and then we just like put it together really fast, and then like what ended up happening actually was that we finished it so fast that we were actually getting bored at the end of the hackathon. There were like 10 days remaining or something for the results, like before we could submit, and then we had to wait like another 8 days. So it was like
Right.
half
Yeah.
a month, and like I just wanted to build another project, but they were not allowing us to do multiple submissions. But like yeah, so we did that. It was like an MVP. It just worked. Like there were many issues with it, and but like it worked. So that was like the MVP. And then what we did was like so we like won, and then we showed it to a couple of people outside, and like they liked it. Like they liked the use case. So we were like, let's build this into a product. Like we could see this becoming into a product. So like we like the designer that we had, we he made a like newer design for us. Now we had more time, and then we built like the thing that you see now. But the thing is like the thing that you see now has like so many improvements over the first version of the product that we built, which is like in I think Feb or March, because like there's like a million different tiny pieces which like you have to fix before you get to like perfection, and it's not it's
And
still not
you can
perfect.
never be perfect,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's like a thing that I learned is like you just have to like if it's not working perfectly, it's like fine, just like ship it, because if you wait till like it gets to perfection, like you'll have to wait for like many months, and then you'll just lose the motivation. So just like ship it, and then if someone uses it and breaks, like ask them like what broke, and then like fix that, and like you can work from there. That was
For
like a
sure.
big mistake that I used to make, was like never shipping it, like just waiting for it to become like perfect.
Yeah.
So all if anyone is watching and you're building something, I highly encourage you to just like ship the basic version of it and then work from there.
For sure. Yeah. I guess that's the build space ideology as well, just like getting off localhost and shipping, getting users, reiterating. So yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
I learned
exactly.
the idea of GTFOL from build space, so that was exciting. And again, with Metapass as well, you think the same. So cool. That's cool to know. It'll be interesting to see what the first iteration of the NFT ticket looked like that the designer designed, and compare it with the current iteration. That would be. Please do send me if you can later on, if you still
Yeah,
have
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. We still have it. Yeah,
Okay, nice. You mentioned that there were a lot of issues. Obviously, that's the case with building anything. So, do you have any uh, extra frustrating memory associated with working with Metapass or just building the product that comes to mind?
Uh, hmm. Uh, so like I feel like on the technical side everything is like possible, uh, unless you're doing something like building your own blockchain. It's like everything is possible, everything's there on the internet. It's like there, so you can just like, even something like Solana, which is like no, more difficult, right? It's like the answers are there, you just have to like find it and like ask people. So like on the technical side, even if there were challenges, like we figured them out uh, eventually. So like that was never an issue. But I think the biggest frustration was like, why, like we were always like thinking like why are people not using this? This is such an amazing platform. This is so useful. So like I think that was when we like I realized that there needs to be like a transition from just a builder to like actually like selling this thing, right? Like we're just used to like building features, keep building things, like, oh, this is so cool, like let's add this, but like actually like who's using this, like how is this actually helpful to them, uh, like that transition was like quite difficult, but like the faster you realize that, it's better. So like the biggest like frustration all time was like we were like pitching different like events and like different companies, and then like, but they were like not using the product because uh, like we were not that good at that time to pitch it to them. And there were many like decisions with the product we made which were not like user friendly. So so those two things, we realized them, and then we spent like bunch of time just fixing those issues, and then like working with like event organizers, like people who've organized events in the past, saying like, hey, how do you feel about this thing, like like what's the best way to do this, and like they helped us. So we've spent like a lot of time doing that, and then and then now we are like actually doing events, and now we see that like the effects of those changes that we made see like happen now, because like when I go on calls now, like I get like a, like with customers, I get like a positive vibe from them, like they want to use this, even if they don't use it, like they want to use this in some way. I think that was like the most difficult part.
Makes sense. Yeah. You brought up a really interesting point that, always as a builder or like a developer, creating the product is the most exciting bit. And you know that it's a great product for use. But then just getting the word out there and making other people, getting other people convinced in your product can be frustrating and can be a lack of communication or just building that skill up. So
Yeah.
congrats on doing that. And I've seen tweets where you're getting customers now and events are using Metapass. So congratulations on that. And you mentioned that this is like because of the scheduling of the event, this became the first event that Metapass is available for. So really glad that we're a part of that journey. Yeah. I guess with you mentioned the frustrating bit, which makes total sense. There's also a lot of frustration when it comes to when people don't understand the NFT space. There's been a lot of scams that's been going on. So I just wanted to ask you if you've ever gotten scammed, not just in the it doesn't actually have to be in the Web3 space, but just in life. If there's ever a time that you were scammed.
uh in Okay, normally not really. uh like I think usually they don't really try to scam people like me. They
Oh,
like
do you have
like
any special skills
no,
to?
no, no, like no, no. It's like the age group is like older people who are less used to technology. So like my grandfather has got like
Oh,
or like I know like some relatives who got like uh, kind of phishing messages where they pretend to be like your bank, and then you know like so they always like forward, hey, like is this like fine? So I tell them like this is a scam or something. So like normally I've never got scammed, but like in Web3 I've never got scammed, but like I've seen scams happen in front of me, like actually like in front of me. So like I saw this I once had a friend ask me like to send him some like tokens on ETH, because like he got some money for some work that he did, and then like he basically wanted to like transfer them or something, but he needed like gas. So like at that time ETH was like very expensive, right? Like gas was high, so I sent him that money, and then uh, somehow like his wallet was leaked. So when I sent him the like money, someone else took out all the money from his wallet. So I saw it like happening live, and
Yeah,
and like everyone, we pinged like many people in the server, like is there any way we can like counter this or something, but like it wasn't like
once it's gone.
couldn't do
Yeah.
anything. So like he lost a lot, like he lost a lot of money there. Like it was not all of his money, but it was like a big sum of money. So I saw that happening live, and that was like a pretty uh, like
Learning
so,
experience like makes you more cautious.
yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
the
I
Discord spam. I mean, scam messages are just unreal. You keep getting crypto pumps and whatnot, invitation to Discord servers. Yeah,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you ever get those
That's like
invites,
the
please,
obvious
please,
stuff.
please don't accept them.
That's actually like the obvious stuff, right? That's the less harmful stuff. Like there's
Yeah,
scams where you don't know what the contract is like doing, and then like it takes permission from your wallet, and then it has access to all of your tokens. Like those are the scariest ones. So
exactly.
like I have like I have like two browsers. Like I have like one browser which is just for my wallet, which I use for all my transactions, and then I have one browser for like my normal everyday stuff. So like I've just become very cautious since then. uh,
Definitely.
so
Yeah.
yeah, you can never be too safe these days.
Definitely, yeah, and especially with like so many test nets also, and people not understanding the difference between a live net and a test net. Some people just transfer fake tokens and make you think they've transferred real cash. But yeah, just stay safe out there, basically, and research. Don't get scared, but yeah, just stay safe, basically. Okay, thanks for sharing that story. Hope your friend is now like more cautious and doesn't get into any more scams. We wish that. Is that a dog in the background? Like, do you have a dog as a pet? Or
Yeah, yeah. It's outside.
cool, 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 nice. Um, so that was all the bad, frustrating stories. Let's get to the happy memory. So I wanted to know if there's any favorite or happy memory associated with Metapass that you'd like to share.
Yeah, like lots of them actually. Like there's there's these like little like spikes of like excitement that you get when you're building these kinds of things. I've realized that now, and like it's like it feels amazing when you get this. So like initially, I think when we got our first customer, like that was like the really awesome part. Like we were really uh, like we were really excited, and then they after that like we yeah, like, and before that when we won the hackathon, that was also really cool. And then after that, like when we when we got like a grant from Solana, that was also really exciting. I spoke with the I spoke with the BD at Solana, and like he personally liked the idea, so that was also really encouraging. And yeah, like now, like when we get customers, when people are using the product, like every time someone buys a ticket, I actually get a notification. So like
Okay.
since yesterday, I've been getting like notifications non-stop. Like people have been buying tickets at like 6 a.m. in the morning. Uh, there's like this notification, like early stage notification startup that we are working with, who are providing us with that service, and like he was messaging me yesterday like who's buying tickets at 6 a.m.
I guess it'll
So
get worse the more popular the product becomes and people start using it worldwide, where it'll just be crazy
yeah.
times.
Yeah. So it was like really awesome to see, people buying tickets, and like people, there was someone yesterday like who even like made an event without even like me asking them. They were like, hey, like we like this product, we want to use it. It's really cool, and like it's working well for them. Like, so these things, like, it's when customers are using the product, they're liking it. It's like just a different feeling from like anything. Like, never really felt like this kind of feeling. It's just really good. And this, like, I think it compensates for all of the bad stuff that we went through, or the hard parts that we went through. And I think I'll forever stay in touch with my customers, because that will keep me close to, like, building these things.
That's a nice story to share, and like well done on having a customer that just went through the entire creation of an event without assistance. I feel like that just shows there's good uh, user experience in the app, that they were able to perform the entire task on their own with an early product. So amazing. uh, yeah, and all the different achievements you've gotten so far, and hope that just keeps growing as and more you work on not just Metapass but in the tech field in general. So yeah, that's all the questions I had in terms of like knowing more about your tech journey, Web3 space, and Metapass in general. I do have another question. The name Metapass, is there a story behind that, or did you just know you wanted to call it Metapass, or how did it come about?
Yeah, like, it was just like, it came to me, like, I just, like, initially, Daksh had the idea of calling it like politics, like Polygon, and like
Tickets.
tickets.
Okay.
But
Right.
like,
Yeah.
A, it sounds like politics, and B, uh, it's like we are associating with the chain, which becomes a problem when other chains want to use the product. So, like, I think that's why, like, we were thinking of a different name, and then, like, I just thought, like, we can have it like something pass, and then I was thinking, like, what like pass, and then, like, I thought, like, Metapass, like metaverse was going on that time. So I thought, like, okay, it's like virtual everything, it's like NFTs, so Metapass is like good. And we got the we got like the a domain also for it. So it was like uh, good. And luckily we didn't use politics, because there was another I think there was another project after that which had like the same name, and like we didn't tell anyone about this name, so probably it was a common idea.
Yeah. Like if you're creating on Polygon network, you just say Polya, then associate with the product name that you're creating, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Is there any particular reason you chose Polygon, or that just felt like just going with any particular chain?
Yeah, like, I mean, you don't want to pay $20 in gas for buying a ticket, right? So uh, Polygon was the easiest. It was easy. It was like the most adopted at that time, and like, like, it was cheap. Uh, like, there are like these other one layer twos like Arbitrium, Optimism, but like, nobody uses them. At least, like, like, consumers don't use them, right? Maybe like hardcore devs, DeFi and stuff, like they use them. But like right now, Polygon is like the most popular layer two, and like there's these other like AVAX and stuff like that. But again, it's like they're very DeFi heavy. So uh, like we went with Polygon, and then after like we went with Polygon, we we got like approached by this one company who wanted to use the product, but like they didn't want to use it on Polygon, they wanted to use it on Solana. So that time we thought, like, like, sorry, I'm like deviating away from the question a bit, but like,
No, go ahead.
yeah, like,
It's interesting
like
to
Solana,
know.
it's like 1 second transactions, right? So it's like this is like this is like, perfect for like our use case, right? uh that's when we like approached Solana, and like even they were interested, and like now we're going to like we like, so I think like a week back we tweeted like we're deploying it to like Solana's mainnet. So like there's like we're
Nice.
going to announce it like very soon now. So you'll be able to use it on Solana too now.
That's exciting. I haven't used Solana in terms of development side, but very recently I made a wallet on Ghost, and yeah, the transaction time was just insane. Like by the time you click it, it's
Yeah.
already gone through. Which is, yeah, I need to learn more about how that's taking place and what's making it be so fast and efficient. Um, Do you have
Yeah,
any insights about how that works? Like, why does Ethereum take so long? And um,
right. Like why? So Ethereum, like there's actually like there's many things to it. It's like, but I think some of the things are like, one is that Solana is like proof of history, which is built on top of proof of stake. So you know that Ethereum is trying to move to proof of stake, which will help with like the performance anyway. So that's one thing. And the other thing is that the Solana validators are like the requirement for running a validator is like very high. It's like I think you need like 24 core processors, 256 gigs of RAM, which is like way higher than the Ethereum one. So it's like the hardware that they're running is like already very fast. And then there's like other stuff like they don't have a fee market. So like on Ethereum, what happens like if you try to buy something, right, and then you put like, let's say, $2 of gas, right, and then let's say there's like 10 other people buying the same thing. So like now they'll put like a higher gas. So like their transaction will be prioritized now. So your transaction will have to wait, right? But in on Solana that doesn't happen. Like everyone pays the same. So whoever does it first will get it. So that's another reason. And then like if you want to dive like lower than that, there's Solana uses a runtime called rbpf, which is different from Ethereum. Ethereum uses like Ethereum virtual machine. So you heard of like EVM, right? So that's Ethereum virtual
yeah,
machine, and that is like it's very old and it's slow now. And Solana uses a different like environment called like eBPF. Like it's a modified version of this thing called eBPF, uh, and it's called RBPF, which is a modified version of eBPF.
okay,
Sorry about all the technical jargon, but it's basically like they built their own like environment where they allow certain things and don't allow certain things, and it's like a lot more efficient than the Ethereum virtual environment, and it's also Rust based, so it's like faster. Uh,
Rust based. What's Rust based?
Rust, the programming
Oh,
language.
Rust. Oh, the programming
Sorry.
language. Okay, makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, sorry, like
Yeah,
I threw a lot of technical jargon there. Kind of,
that's one thing I've
yeah.
noticed with getting into Web3 space. Like there was DeFi. I didn't even know decentralized was short into D. So there's just like a lot of tech jargon with any new tech that emerges. Was the case with machine learning and AI, and now it's Web3. So it's good that you've thrown those jargons out, so we could like all go and search up and read more about it if you're interested. But yeah, that's always the case with tech, I guess. So it's
Yeah, I
bound to be
actually
relevant.
wrote a like a small thread explaining like briefly about like Solana's environment, eBPF and stuff like that. So you could read it if you're interested.
Yeah, for sure.
But like
Is there
yeah,
any particular platform that you've written that in, or like is
yeah,
it a
it's
Twitter
on
page?
Twitter. Like it's a Twitter thread. I'll post. I'll give you the link later, so maybe you can share it with whoever wants to learn. But there's also like a video on YouTube where the founder of Solana, it's like a 30-minute long video, but like he explains how the environment is built and goes into like every detail, and it's like really interesting if you want to see it.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm about to start the Solana Build Space project, so I guess all this previous information will help me be more appreciative of the technology. I guess so. Yeah, please do share it, and I'll put in the description later on after the stream ends. Okay. Yeah. So again, that was a whole conversation. I don't know if anyone's watching, but if you are, there was Malvika and Professor J. Moriarty. But yeah, if you're still there, we're gonna play Hangman, and we do need the chat's support for this. But if it doesn't work out, then I'll just like reveal the word, and then we can talk more about that. Yeah. Okay. Let me just share my screen. Share screen. Dun, 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 dun. So hopefully you all can see this custom. Let me just resize
Yeah, I
this.
can see it.
Perfect. So this is the word from the Web3 slash blockchain field that you chose. It's a 4-letter word, and we sort of have to guess what the word is, and then you can maybe talk more about that and help us understand that, just so that there's a learning aspect of of the show as well. So
So I have to give you hints.
I guess there are 26 letters that we have to choose from. So if there's anyone in the chat, please suggest a letter that you think is in the title or in this word, and if it is, the dashes will get replaced by that, and if it's not, then you basically have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lives in total to guess the word. Um, so yeah,
So
anyone?
like just like sorry for the confusion. Like just I do I have to do anything like here?
No, right now you can just sit back, relax, maybe drink some water, and then once the word is revealed, you can talk more about it, basically.
Okay, okay, cool.
Okay. Okay. Seems like nobody's there. So I guess what I'm gonna do is just gonna like close my eyes and just randomly click on letters. And then in case it works, it works. Otherwise, the word will anyways get revealed. So I'm just gonna like, yeah, just click on letters randomly. Uh, oh no. Oh, wait, this didn't work.
Um,
Sorry. Okay, let's try again. Because I have so many screens open, I was just clicking on. Okay, ready? I swear I'm not looking. Is it working, Anush? Because I can't see.
yeah, it's working. It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, perfect. If I get too away from the letters, please guide me.
Yeah, sure. So
Am I
you
still
put the
clicking on
first
letters?
letter. No, you're not clicking on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I did manage. Oh, okay. Uh, is it? Wait, what? Why is it not working?
Yeah, it's not working now. Oh, it's working. It's working.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm losing lives. Oh no.
You
Okay.
have two chances, I think. Yeah.
This is the scuffed way of doing things when there's no uh, conditions.
Yeah, this is like
I lost,
when
obviously.
when yeah, when like no one is using your product, and like you are all the users on your product. Like you're trying to
Sure,
do all
yes.
put all the like if you have like some social media, like I remember like Reddit founders, they said like they used to put all the posts when they made Reddit. There was no one on the platform, and people came and they thought like there were 100 people on the platform. I was
I should have made like I should have used all my family's mobile phones and watched the stream and then like suggested it. Too late. Next time. Next time. Hey, Daksh is here. Is Daksh this the same Daksh that's your co-founder?
uh,
That's in
I,
the chat.
I I mean, yeah, I think so. I hope so. There's like many doctors here. Oh yeah, it's him. It's him. Yeah.
Okay, hi Daksh. It was nice to know more about Metapass. So yeah, well done on the product. Congratulations. But yeah, the word that Anoushk chose for today's show is XNFT. So my first question obviously is, I know a little bit about NFT, and Metapass is itself like an NFT ticket platform. But what's XNFT? Does X stand for something, and what's the
Yeah.
difference between NFT and XNFT?
Yeah. So X NFT, it's like there's this sub company of like Solana called Coral, which is being run by like Armani Frant, who built Anchor, which is like the Solana building framework now. So they're building this protocol called XNFT. So normally NFT, like we know what's an NFT, right? But XNFT, like the X stands for executable. So it's like a step up from just the static like NFT. So they're building like this protocol for NFTs where you can program functionality into them, and like have automations for NFTs.
So
In
you say X is an executable. So could we think of it like an executable file, but in terms of like an NFT?
uh, in some ways, I like NFT, like it's already like NFTs, you can already like add functionality in the code, right? But here you're adding like automations inside. The NFT itself is like has the like the protocol, right? XNFT protocol. It has, you can build automations inside that. So like from what I've read, like there's not a lot of information on this because I think they're trying to keep it like very secret. But like from what I've read everywhere, it's like you could build an NFT, a thing where someone puts up like a sell order for like their NFT and saying like they want they want to someone to pay for it using Ikra tokens, and like someone else comes and buys that NFT and transfers those tokens, and all of that happens automatically. Uh, yeah,
Like right
right.
now, you have to do all of that manually
Yeah,
by
we have to
clicking
make
the
sure like
order.
the NFT is transferred and then separately transfer the funds through the code. But like they are doing this like in one protocol completely automated, and that's just like one aspect of it. There's like other things they're building, like auctions and stuff like that into the protocol. So this is this is pretty cool, and they're also like incorporating this into like the Solana mobile phone, right? So the Solana mobile phone, I think you must have heard of that. So they are
Yeah.
building like an OS which has all of these protocols natively. Like maybe you wanna swap tokens on Jupiter, right? Jupiter Exchange. You can just click on the app in the US, and it will like natively work. Whereas now it's like you go into Phantom, you load up the website, so it's like a much more less nice experience.
My mind straight away goes to like so many more possibilities of scams happening, but at the same time, so many more use cases of it actually making development more efficient. So yeah, both sides to it,
Yeah,
and
yeah, like
I can say agree.
who knows, like it might actually help prevent some of the scams, right? Like maybe like you could have something where the protocol itself tells you, saying like, hey, you're doing XYZ, right? It tells the user like you're doing XYZ, and it explains it in an easy way, so that the user doesn't like just randomly sign any transaction. It's going to be interesting to see how it works, and I'm particularly excited about like the Solana, how it ties into the phone, because like if like right now the experience is like it's very hard to get someone new to use like Web3 on because like they have to download a wallet, they have to add the RPC, they have to get tokens, like and they have to like load up the web view, right? Like web views suck, so all of that is like a much worse experience than like actually like it just being in your phone, right? So I think that'll be pretty cool to see.
True. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see. Exciting future. Also, I just want to point out, Krishna, please don't be sad. I just saw your suggestion for the letter I. I don't know. Maybe the chat is loading late, but yeah. Thanks for sticking around. Oh, Daksh says X NFT is basically NFT on steroids, which is one way of putting it. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks for sharing. I was scrolling through your Twitter and it said something along the lines of you made some contribution to SuperteamDAO for the NXX NFT aspect. Could you mention more about what that was?
Yeah, so like I do like I try to contribute a lot to the like Solana ecosystem, like all the code and all, like so Anchor, I've contributed to Anchor's repos and stuff like that. So I think it's rebranded to Coral now. So like I try to contribute so that like I can learn how the stuff works under the hood, and like learn from like the best, like there's developers like Armani, Italo, who are like really good. So contributing like gives me like an opportunity to like learn from them. Uh, because like when you push a PR, like they'll tell you, hey, this is not how we do it. So we have to, I get to learn from them. So like I contributed to like the Anchor project registry, which is like when you make an Anchor program, there's like a registry for it. It's like NPM, but for Anchor programs. So I contributed to that, and I also contributed to C-level attacks, which is like a list of like all the possible attacks that you can get on Anchor, like all the attacks that could happen to your smart contract. So I have put like one where someone could pass a different address, and if you don't check what that address is, then you could get hacked and stuff like that. So uh, I contribute like a lot to them, and it's it feels nice to do OSS contribution,
Makes sense.
and like you're using the software and you're also contributing to software, the same software basically. So it feels nice, yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Well done on that. And again, congrats. And with that, really, I wanted to know what Team DAO specifically is. I haven't really heard about them. So, is there like what do they do? And could you
Yeah,
tell me more about that?
good question. Like, yeah, I mean, SuperteamDAO is it's a service DAO. So it's basically they Solana has SuperteamDAO for helping with growth Solana ecosystem. So when uh, the like when Solana started out, right, they wanted to get more developers, more projects happening, especially in India, right? Like there's so many good developers in India. So Super Team DAO came to be, and the main goal of Super Team DAO is to increase to increase value for its members, its contributors. So we have what we do is like we have bounties, we have missions, and in different like fields, like you could be a writer, a designer, a developer, and you can work on something which is in the Solana ecosystem, and or you could contribute open source, and you'll get rewarded for that. You can get and companies sponsor these, and you actually get paid for it. So the only metric that we track is like how much money is coming in and how much money is going out. So we keep tracking that metric, and uh, the more successful that our members and contributors become, the more successful the Solana ecosystem becomes, and like that's what Super Team DAO is helping with. So I mean, to give you like an example, like I joined Super Team DAO because I built them something that they wanted, and they were impressed by it. So they invited me as a member, and then I started helping out in some projects that there. And after that, at the same time, Metapass was going. So when we wanted to bring it to Solana, they helped us with a grant, and we built it and we demoed it there. And now they are helping, we're getting many customers through Super Team. So it's ultimately helping the Solana ecosystem. So you can see how that works, right?
Yeah. It's all like working together. You're helping them, they're helping you, and it's like
Yeah.
this
Yeah,
makes
and
sense.
it's completely like autonomous. Like they won't really tell you what to do. It's like you set the goal, you do it yourself, and then you just show your progress. So there's like no kind of like governance happening from the top here.
Makes sense. And I guess that's like the beauty of decentralized
Yeah.
organizations and just like, yeah. So
Yeah.
nice. Other than Super Team DAO, are you part of any other DAOs or Web3 communities that you want to share?
Uh, Not really. Web3 communities. No, I don't really. I wanted to get into like developer DAO, but like the NFTs are really expensive right now. Like, uh, I don't think paying like point two and point three ETH is like worth it right now. But like, uh, I think that there's only so much time that you can contribute anyway. There was this like statistic that Discord allows like you to be in 100 servers right now, unless you buy Nitro. But you can only be in three at a time while actually like having contribution. So if you're like part of like five DAOs, how much can you actually contribute to
Yeah,
all of the five DAOs, right? Like there's only so much time you can contribute, and like there's also only so much people that you can know at a time. So
definitely.
so like in Super Team we have a member cap of like 160 people, because it's physically it's like impossible to know more people than that at a time. So it just ends up getting stagnated, right? Like people stop contributing, start like just you know not showing up, and then the energy dies. So I think if you're even part of one DAO and you're contributing to it, it's like enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess being an active member of one DAO is better than being a member of like 10 different DAOs and not really interacting with people or contributing to the server.
Yeah, exactly.
You mentioned the cap on the Discord server. So have you maxed that out, or you still have some Discord server space left in terms of 100 servers to
Yeah,
join?
I think I've maxed it out. Like, what happens
Okay.
is that every like tool, every
Yeah,
SaaS
everything has a
program
Discord
has a
server.
Discord server where you reach out if there's a problem. So then you join the Discord server, and then you get like get to like 100 servers.
For
Uh,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, so and you cannot even delete them because it's like you delete them now, and then when your code breaks, it's like you need to reach out to them. You have to join the server again. So
Yeah, makes sense. Usually, one way to manage that is I've seen hackathons at least specifically. Once I finish the hackathon, I leave the server because I don't think I'm active on that anymore once the hackathon ends. But yeah, with technologies and support, there's just so many that feels there's not enough
yeah.
space. Yeah, okay, that's. Let's move on to the rapid fire question. I'm being a little wary of the time. We've already crossed 1 hour, so if you have anywhere to go, we can like cut it short and like just end the stream right now. But the only parts of the show that's left is the rapid fire, which is just 10 fast questions. Whatever comes to mind, just say the answer to that, and then we could maybe play 1 or 2 rounds of the game of the week and then end it. Is that okay? Or
So we just so this is the last thing, right? Like last round. So like how many questions do you have?
I have a total of 10 questions, rapid fire, like one word
Oh, okay.
questions.
Yeah, I think we can do that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, so moving to the rapid fire question route, I'll just give you one question, then whatever comes to mind, just say it. Okay. I don't have any cool background intense sound for it, so just imagine that you have
Yeah.
like
Fine.
1 second to answer. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Favorite first programming language you learned?
It was I think Java.
Too long. Java. Okay. Dark mode or light mode?
Dark mode.
Dark mode. Okay. Favorite IDE?
VS Code.
Yes. Ethereum or Solana?
Blockchain.
Okay, sure. Favorite person in the Metapass team?
Uh, I like myself.
Okay. Discord or Twitter?
Discord.
Okay. What did you eat for breakfast today?
Dosa.
Nice. Cats or dogs? I mean, we know the answer to this, I think.
Yeah. Dogs, I guess.
Dogs. Favorite hackathon attended?
So far I think Polygon. It's been the best.
And lastly, YouTube or Twitch?
I think YouTube. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's all the rapid fire questions we had for today. Let's just play one round of password and then we end the show.
Okay,
Is that
sure.
okay?
Yeah.
Cool. So this is the last segment of the show, and if you're Krishna, Daksh, Professor Moriarty, if you're still watching, feel free to jump in, answer the question, play the game along. But this time, I do have a cool transition for it. So the game of the week for this show, the first episode of What in the Web3 Do I Do, is called Password.
Oh, now it's nice sound.
Thank you. I made this today morning, waking up at 7 a.m. because I was like, let me just make
Oh, that's pretty good.
game screen. Thank you. So yeah, the way we play password is I've already given you a set of 5 passwords. You can choose one of the 5 passwords that I gave you. You're supposed to provide a one-word hint, and then the chat and I have to guess what your password is. There are a few rules for the hint. The hint can't start with the same letter as the password, and also the hint cannot have the word that is the password, like
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And obviously, all the passwords that we share, we do not recommend you to keep that as your password for any account, especially your crypto wallets. This is just for fun, so let's see how the game goes. So yeah, Daksh, choose your password from the list provided and give me your first hint, I guess.
Oh, did someone select anything?
Oh, no. So you're supposed to select your password and don't tell
Oh.
us. and then you give
Oh, so it can be
you
any
give
word. It can
yeah
be any word. Oh,
yeah.
right. I don't know why it's so hard for me. Think a random
I
word.
gave you a list of 5 words. You could choose from that if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me just. Okay. Uh, yeah, okay. I got a word. It's not from the list. So what I do, like I give you like hints, right?
Yes, the hint should be just one word related to the password, and it can't start with the letter. Yeah.
It's uh, it's it's a type of dinosaur.
Oh, you can only say like one word. One word hints allowed for the
Oh, okay,
password.
okay, okay. Okay. So it's like Jurassic Park.
Oh, I don't know many dinosaurs. Te- um, Chat. Does anybody know dinosaur types? You did mention types of dinosaurs, so I'm just trying to wonder. They're such weird names. I have
Uh,
no idea.
yeah.
I'm just
So I can
gonna.
give another word as a hint.
Yes, please, if you
Uh,
can. You can give a total of 3 hints.
okay, the popular.
Oh, like a common Testosaurus? I don't know if that exists.
Is anyone saying anything in the chat?
Let's see. Let's see if Krishna. Anyone up for some Valorant after this? I think he's more interested in Valorant than. Uh,
Uh,
I don't know. Does it have. Okay, we'll change it into a yes or no question because now I know it's a type of dinosaurs. Does it have a saurus at the end? Yes or no?
no, no.
Oh my god. Okay. Uh,
So that makes it easier, right? Like the source ones are like hard to remember anyway.
True, true, true. But also, my dinosaur. uh, I have no idea. Literally none. Right? Even Krishna is confused. Um,
It's like the most popular dinosaur. Like everyone knows it. Like even if you
do
don't
you
know anything
like
about it.
dinosaurs? How do you
No,
know?
it's like the most popular dinosaur. Like, and it's like the highlight of all the Jurassic Park movies. Like, it's
I'm
like the one
gonna
that everyone likes. Everyone likes the dinosaur. It's like the most. It's like the strongest one, basically.
strong. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write strongest dinosaur type, and whatever comes to mind, like I'll Google it. Full disclosure, and then if it comes up, then that is it. Strongest dinosaur. It says Tyrannosaurus. Is that the answer?
I no. I mean, do you want me to reveal the answer? I mean,
Yeah, we give up. We couldn't hack your account.
it's
Great
like
password.
T-Rex. T-Rex. Everyone knows T-Rex.
Of course you do. Yeah. Good job. Good job. T Rex as your password. Great. And then we'll just play one more round where I
Okay,
give
yeah.
you a hint of the password and you have to guess. Okay. Um, I'm gonna just choose from the password of the list that I gave. I would
Maybe
say
like T-Rex is short for Tyrannosaurus. I don't know.
maybe it is.
Yeah, yeah, I think it is probably.
Yeah, yeah, okay. But your password was T Rex, so we didn't get it. It's fine.
Yeah,
My password fruit.
fruit. Okay, orange.
No. iPhone.
Oh, apple. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. You got it. Cool. But yeah, I guess that's it. Let's just play one round because I feel like we're already past the time. Krishna said peach. Close enough. That's all for episode 1 of What in the Web3 Do I Do? Anushk, hope you enjoyed. Thanks again for sharing your journey and your thoughts and all the information that you shared. I'll share your Twitter on chat and I'll let you have like say any last words if you want, or if you want me to share anything else, let me know and I can put that in the chat. Um,
Yeah, sure. Like it's uh it's the first time I've been on like this kind of AMA type thing. So uh, yeah, it's I guess we can tick that off the box. So uh,
Excellent.
I guess the next time I'll be on an email, it'll be easier for me to attend it because I already done this. So yeah, thanks for that. And just keep building. If anyone is building anything, uh, seek out to like any people, uh, people who are better than you. You know, if you need any help, uh, we reached out to a lot of people who are like better at marketing than us, better at planning things than us, better at tech than us, and like they helped us a lot. So don't build in isolation basically.
Yeah,
Build
for
in
sure.
public, as they say. And yeah, like if you can like just check out Metapass, test it out, try
Okay.
minting a ticket. uh,
I'll
if
put
you
the link to the ticket for this episode. If you haven't gotten already, go feel to get it.
Yeah, exactly. And let us know how it is. Like, we want to hear from the people who use it, whether you like it, whether you hate it, whether something is really annoying you, or you really like something we added. Just let us know. It helps us.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for the last thoughts. Again, please do send me those links that we talked about, and I can put the YouTube link for the Ethereum and your Twitter thread. I'll put it in the description and also have a read. Yeah, again, thanks Moriarty for staying till the end. Oh yeah, I forgot. Like and subscribe and also follow Anushk. I'm not really sure when the next episode is. I think I'm going to do every other week. So if you do want to know the exact date and time for the show, do subscribe or like press the bell icon for the notification, or just like check out the social media and then you'll have more information on that. I'll be back with episode 2 of What in the Web3 Do I Do? When my Oh, also let me just share the guest form. So in case you are watching and you are part of the Web3 community and you would want to be a guest on the show, please do fill this form or share this with your friends that might want to be on the show, and then we can have a look and like set it up. And again, thanks Anush for doing this. Really, really, really appreciate it. Thanks for Krishna for staying here. Really appreciate that. Okay, I see the link. I'll share the YouTube link on the channel and put it in the description later on. Hope people had
Yeah.
fun. And yeah, until next time. Bye.
You. Bye.